2014, the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund partnered with 3 organizations, namely FASFacts, Goed Gedag Trust, and Women on Farms Project, which was the lead organization for the 3 organizations to work as a coalition in the Western Cape province in implementing the Sexual Violence in Schools in South Africa program, also known as the SAVISA program. The SAVISA program was supported by Comic Relief and the Department of International Development, DFID. The coalition is mainly responding to reducing the impact of historical socio-economic injustices and inequalities, making farming and rural communities vulnerable to gender-based violence. FASFacts, which is an organization based in Worcester, was chosen to be part of the coalition to deal with issues of alcohol, as alcohol was identified as a contributing factor in gender-based violence in communities. FASFacts has a strong preventative approach of fetal alcohol syndrome in unborn children. The organization is experienced in implementing programs that raise awareness in schools and in communities on the dangers of alcohol consumption during pregnancy. They are also implementing a mentorship program that supports pregnant women and girls to ensure that they do not drink while pregnant.
The name FASFacts stands for Fetal Alcohol Syndrome Facts. We give facts through to communities about fetal alcohol syndrome, so we try to prevent fetal alcohol syndrome. FASFacts has 3 different programs. The one program is the Train the Trainer program, and the function of that program is that we educate communities about fetal alcohol syndrome. Then we've got another program, what we call the BOB program, and BOB stands for Beste Opgepaste Baba, Best Care for Baby, and that represents the baby of a mother that didn't drink any alcohol during pregnancy. And then Bob has also a friend called Billy, and Billy represents the child of a mother that did drink alcohol during pregnancy. And then we've got a 3rd program, and that is what we call the Pregnant Women Mentoring Program. And that is where SAVISA program comes in. The Pregnant Women Mentoring Program is where we have certain mentors for pregnant women with an alcohol program. And the function of that mentor is to convince that mother to stop drinking alcohol during pregnancy and to support her right through the period of pregnancy and breastfeeding.
FASFacts therefore utilize the expertise to implement the SAVISA program in order to ensure that young girls stay and finish school during and after pregnancy, intends to provide support to girls and women while pregnant and after giving birth. The program allows school-going girls to balance their lives between being learners and parents.
The mentor program is linked to the SAVISA project, where we mainly focus on young girls and women who fell pregnant. We also focus on trying to keep the girls in school, whereby they can complete their matric.
2 years ago I was pregnant. I was in grade 11. When I was pregnant on school, it was not easy because everyone had something to say about you. But I decided to go back to school and finish school. I met Marilyn, and she was a good mentor. I learned a lot of things about life, and she had a good impact in my life. The message I want to give out to teenagers out there is that it's very important to go back to school after pregnancy, because you can be an independent teenage mother and you can make your future plans a reality.
I thank God that FASFacts give me that opportunity to work with children. I will become a teacher now. FASFacts give me that opportunity to work with children. So I thank God that FASFacts has given me that chance to live out my dreams.
I was recruited by someone else, but she left, and then further on it was Auntie Millie. But alcohol wasn't a problem. FASFacts don't only help with alcohol use, it's also for drug abuse. And because we have a problem with the drugs. FASFacts help us to go for rehabilitation.
For males, it's very important to support their wives when they are pregnant because it's their baby. And as she was saying, it's not for alcohol only, it's for drugs. And as she said, we are drug users. FASFacts help us to calm down of their drug use, and they are going to help us, as she said, for rehabilitation. And it's a privilege for having FASFacts in our lives.
In my situation, I didn't leave school. I was going on. Even though the children was like, oh, she's pregnant, and I didn't concentrate on the gossiping. I was like, I'm doing this for my baby, and so I think they must still go on with school, even though it's hard.
So because of the high pregnancy rate at our schools, we got involved with the FASFacts, a program that teaches young mothers how to cope with being a mother and school at the same time. And we are very grateful for this opportunity to work with them and to have them work with our learners to teach them more about skills, working, coping, and also guidance after school.
I'm in grade 11. I'm 17 years old. I live here in Rodova and I go to Vista Secondary School. I gave birth to my baby in January and started with the program in April. Since I started with the program, I felt more comfortable with the fact that I'm a mother now. I've learned so much. The parenting course really helped, and the advice that Auntie Debbie and Auntie Bona gave me was so useful, and I have much more experience now. It was quite hard for me being a young mother and going to school at the same time. But with the necessary support that I had, it made me balance being a school kid and also being a mother.
The Adopt a Cop initiative is a project where schools work in conjunction with local police to have their presence as a way of creating a safer environment. The presence of the policemen makes the pupils feel safe, and they are encouraged to report any form of violence in and around the school.
The policemen come here on a regular basis, just walk in. We give them free entrance to the school, and kids know about them. They can talk to them. If they have any fears, they can speak to them. So it helped the school a lot, it helped them a lot, it helped the community a lot, and I'm glad. As a teacher, I'm glad they're part of this program. They're part of our school, our daily school activities, and that they can make sure our kids are safe.
BOP program is a preventative program that is delivered in schools among primary learners. The program raises awareness on alcohol consumption and alcohol abuse.
I'm also responsible for the BOP program that is part of the Visa project. And we're currently doing the BOP program in Rodeval Primary School. Since the first day we started was in 2015. And this BOP program is part of the Visa project is an experiential learning program where we learn the learners life skills and how to respect one another, how to be equal to one another and make a difference in a person's life. We introduced this Visa project to the school governing body of Rodeval Primary School to do the BOP program. And the BOP program consists out of 9 sessions. Session 1, we introduced the program to the learners, what is fetal alcohol syndrome. And in session 2, we learn them life skills of how to respect one another, how to be honest with one another, and to make a difference in that person's life. Session 3, we introduced them to the bean, which we call the BOP program. And when we give them a bean, we actually show them how to plant this bean. We provide them with a cup, put in the fertile soil, and then make a hole in the middle of the cup and plant the bean. Then we ask the learners, what do we need now? Just to have the understanding, can we use alcohol or can we use water? And they will say water, and when I try to put in the alcohol, they will stop me because they are aware that alcohol will damage this bean, it won't grow. So this is the example of a healthy bean that was looked after, was giving water so that the bean can grow. In the same way, when they're grown up, finish their studies and decided to start a family, they will know by this example that they need to look after their baby, make healthy decisions for a healthy baby, like this healthy plant. In session 4 of the Bob program, they bring back their Bobs to school to show us how responsible they was by taking care of this Bob. And that symbolizes also that life doesn't always give you a second chance. So whatever goals or dreams you have, you need to take the opportunity to further your career in something. Session 5 of the Bob program, the learners do a pledge where the boys pledge that one day when I grow up, finish my studies, I will not drink any alcohol while my partner is having our baby. Then we paint their right hand and they do the pledge on here. And the girl learners say more or less similar, but they will say, when I grow up, finish my studies, I will not drink any alcohol while I'm having my baby. And also the same, we pledge and make the pledge on the poster. Session 6, we introduce the brains to the children by taking an orange, 2 oranges. The one orange we squeeze under our arm, and the other orange we just pass on to the learners by saying, make a difference, make a difference. So this brain symbolizes the orange that was squeezed. This also symbolizes that mommy was drinking alcohol during a pregnancy because the brain is a little bit smaller. And this is the healthy orange we passed on by saying, make a difference, make a difference. So this mommy didn't drink any alcohol during a pregnancy. And this is actually what we're trying to explain to the kids. So now they can see what alcohol do on the unborn baby. So now they can make the decision, do I want a child with a fetal alcohol syndrome brain, or do I want a baby with a normal brain? Session 7, we provide the learners with a t-shirt, similar to the t-shirt I'm wearing. And if you the reading say, no alcohol, okay? So we designed this t-shirt in such a way that all the uneducated people in the community can see that no alcohol during pregnancy is the right decision to do. Session 8 and session 9 is the self-esteem session. This is normally presented to the grade 7 learners because we're preparing them for grade 8. Because in grade 8 peer pressure is going to be a lot, so we're trying to teach them to have a good self-esteem. This is one of the activities we are doing in module 8, in session 8. And this is just like doing a drawing on the head, just to show them what the difference is between a good self-esteem and a bad self-esteem. At the end of the program, we provide the learners with a cap with the reading, I can, ek kan. So we give them with the rap, and in Afrikaans the rap goes like this, ek worry nie, ek wonder nie, ek weet ek kan. And in English, I don't worry, I don't wonder, I know I can.
Make a difference, you, make a difference, we, make a difference, make a difference, you, make a difference, we.
Nelson Mandela Children's Fund continues to change the way society treats its children and youth.